What's going on, chat? How you guys doing? Happy Friday. Yes, we're doing a Friday vlog. Like I said, this week is 3 vlogs because there's a lot of big stuff that happened, a lot of big stuff that I want to talk about, and I have time constraints about other videos that I need to make, and so it just kind of really makes sense to spend the time to talk about the new shit rather than wait 2 or 3 or 4 weeks to talk about some of the new shit. So this week, we're talking about Gogmazios, you know, the new and final major update for Monster Hunter Wilds. And I'm just going to share with you my thoughts and feelings about the update, things like that, and then what I think the future Monster Hunter has in store. But first, we're going to rewind time back to past Walnuts, who watched and reacted to the video live on stream that they shared. And then we're going to have some gameplay and whatnot while I'm talking about the content. So, past Walnuts, let us know what it's like. So let's just get into it.
Now, we'll introduce what's in store for everyone in Monster Hunter Wilds' 4th title update.
You know what?
But first,
let's see if we can get this to, like, fit super well. That's probably the best we're going to get.
First, here's the latest video for it. Enjoy!
I can't believe all of this. We're sitting right underneath the zoos.
Oh my goodness. I'm not looking forward to the oil. I'm not looking forward to the oil. Alright, so here's cosmetics and whatnot. Who cares? Arc-tempered Jindahad. I knew he was coming this update. He's probably gonna have a limited thing. DPS check.
Over here! Get behind me!
Interesting. Hiding behind shields? That's an interesting thing. That's interesting.
Work alongside
That's
Nadia
interesting
and
that they
Fabius to
brought
slay
in
this
4
fierce foe.
hunters and 4 support.
You can also amend the bonuses on fully reinforced Gogma Artian weapons,
Okay.
resetting them all or carrying over the existing categories to unleash even more powerful bonuses.
But you're
The
gonna have to
fourth
fight
Arch-Tempered
Gogmazios in order
monster
to do that.
Arch-
I don't
Through
know
a
if I
process
finished
called
18
Transcendence, you can make your armor even stronger than before. Use materials to increase the maximum level of your armor, and enhance the decoration slots on armor of rarity 5 and 6.
Okay.
New optional quests will be added. These include high difficulty quests featuring multiple 9-star monsters.
And is this how
Completing
you
them
get?
will get you special nameplate
No,
rewards.
it's just
If you're
cosmetics.
confident in your skills, it will include new layered weapons for each weapon type.
Now those are cool looking weapons. Why can't I just play the game to fucking get them? I don't want to have to buy shit.
Yeah.
The game's not worth buying shit. Like event quests, that's what they should be
There will
for.
also be other DLC that is not included. Festival of Accord, Lumenhim, will be held on the
Lumenhim.
dates displayed. The decor and meals at the Grand Hub will change, and you can earn special equipment.
All right, I
gestures,
like
and
that.
decorations.
I like what that looks like. It'll be worth jumping into. We don't
New
get
advanced
Jindahad
difficulty
for
quests,
10
weapon
days.
adjustments,
We don't get
and
Jindahad
other
till Christmas Eve.
improvements.
Are you kidding me?
Starting on December 19th, the winter season.
Which should
So,
be
we hope you'll
Arc-tempered
continue to enjoy
Arc.
Monster Hunter Wilds.
So we get an
Now, I'd like to talk more about what will be included in the February 2026 update.
okay, the 1-year update. This game barely lasted a year.
In the update plan for February 2026, Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection.
Oh look, we get a collab. We didn't get a
You'll be
collab
able to get a special pendant
in
and Palico armor modeled
Haven't had a
after the
collab since-
protagonist, Royal Palico, Rudy.
a special pendant and Palico armor.
We'll reveal more information about the February update right before its release, so please look forward to it.
Versatility updates.
Next,
It took a
I'd like
year
share
to
an
get
update
this
for our
shit.
Hunters on PC. And in February.
A year after the game came out,
For
they finally
detailed
started getting
information
performance
about these
updates.
improvements, please check our official website.
And with that, the endgame loop sucks. So, that's it. There's not really a lot of new content in this update. It's Gogmazios, it's an updated Ardian system, and an updated endgame armor system, is what I'm calling it. And then in February, we're going to get Arc-Tempered Arcveld, and that's it. That's going to end it. That's going to be it for Monster Hunter Wilds. It's a little disappointing. Monster Hunter Wilds barely lasted a year. Like, we got the final major update less than a year after the game released. Most Monster Hunter games, they last a little over a year. However, generally it seems like the expansion release is about a year, year and a half after release, maybe sometimes closer to a year and 3/4, something like that. So, let's just get into it. Let's just talk about the fights and everything. First of all, the new armor system, the upgrading the armor system. That is a really cool system. I like it because it opens up the ability to make non-meta armor potentially more meta. Lower tier armor, stronger and better, with better armor slots or armor slots really, and gem slots in them, so that you can put more stuff into those armors and maybe turn them meta, so that even gimmicky armor sets can be viable into endgame. It's a really cool and fun idea. All the rest of the armor only gets locked, like high tier armor, you can only by upgrading it, you can only make the armor higher. But low tier armor, you will potentially get more gem slots and things like that, which is just really cool and a really nice addition to make it so that you have a million different pieces of armor. Let's fucking use them instead of the same 4 pieces of armor. So I like that system. The new Gogma weapon system is really cool. So as you fight Gogmazios, you get these Gogma armor weapon pieces. The weapon pieces themselves will then you'll be able to upgrade your Ardian weapons, and you can upgrade them based on your element that you're using, or attack, or affinity, depending on what it is, and you use your element pieces, or your attack pieces, or your affinity pieces, and say you put all 3 of the pieces into element, then it's going to push to upgrade your elemental abilities more. I got a really good roll, and my fire lance, if I put a fire 3 gem in it, has over 800 fire damage. Doing the math and a little bit of equations with lances at least, if you got a perfect 5 element roll, and all 5 of them got EX element, and you put a level 3 gem, your fire damage or your weapon damage will be base 1,000 element damage. So that's incredible. That makes it very powerful. The unfortunate thing is, like, you really only need to do that for like fire and dragon weapons, and beyond that, you don't really need to worry about that, because like you're really only doing this to be able to fight and consistently better defeat and do more damage for Gogmazios to make the Gogmazios fight better. Yeah, we'll get Arc-Tempered Arcveld soon, but he's not an elemental weakness unless he's in his enraged form. Then it's dragon, so you want to bring dragon, so maybe upping your dragon damage. But like overall, it's just like you up your fire and your dragon damage, and then you just leave it. But it's a cool system. It's a cool, and like the weapons themselves look a little bit cooler. I still have just whatever my elemental glamours are on my weapons. I'm not going to use what the weapon looks like naturally, just because it's easier for me to recognize that I did properly switch out my weapon. But yeah, like the upgraded weapon system is really cool. I like how it works. It's again RNG. The only thing is you cannot refund your items that you use. Unlike when it comes to crafting Ardian weapons and reinforcing them, if you break it down and dismantle it, you get your pieces back. With the Gogma stuff, you will always use those parts. You cannot refund those parts back. Also, upgrading a weapon with Gogma gives it a random skill and group skill. So essentially you could potentially get like a good set of skills so that your weapon will match with one of your armor pieces. Then you have one less armor piece of that type that you have to use, to where you can maybe swap out that armor piece for something more meta, or not even necessarily more meta, but something that might work to make you stronger. So it's a really cool, interesting system. You just need a lot of parts for it, which means you just gotta fight Gogmazios as much as you possibly can. The cool thing about the Gogma fight is that it is an ongoing event quest. It's always going to be there. It's not like Zoshia that pops up randomly. It's not like Jindahad that pops up randomly. It's not like any of the other monsters that pop up. This fight is always available, and that's pretty stellar. I'm glad that they did that, because if I had to sit here and wait for Gogmazios to pop up, I remember when they first made high rank Zoshia available. I fought it once. I found it once in like 20 to 30 hours after the game was released, without having to just rest and recycle each day. I saw it once. Like, it was not popping often enough for me. I'm at a point where like I kind of need to go fight a couple of Zoshias because I ran out of parts, and I need parts to make some Zoshia shit. So, or upgrade some Zoshia shit. So like, yeah, I need to go fight some Zoshia. So yeah, it's nice that they did that. The fight itself is so fun. It is an 8-hunter hunt. I really wish, but I'm sure with power scaling and power creep and potentially just like just managing the just managing and scaling in general, it would be really hard to do full-on 8-hunter hunts. So it's 4 AI hunters and up to 3 additional AI hunters plus yourself, or 4 player character hunters, depending on if you have people joining in or not. And it's just pretty much an all-out brawl. His attacks aren't the most projected, but you can pretty much figure out what he's doing. I fought him like 4 times. I was only able to beat him once, but I fought him about 4 or 5 times, and eventually I did start to see his tells and figure it out, and I knew when to do certain things. His ultimate attack is cool, but like, if you get hit with the attack before he does the ultimate, and you cannot get behind a shield, you are fucked. You are fucked, because even if you can get behind a shield, if you get hit with the attack before he does his ultimate, you are on fire. So you need to be able to get from being on fire and then get there while also taking tick damage as he's doing his thing and trying to get to where you need to go. It's a little bit too much, because the support hunter who will block the attack isn't, I don't know if he's always in the same spot, but he was always pretty far away, and I 9 times out of 10 would not be able to find him. Most of the time I would get hit with that first attack and then I would die. So I eventually just learned, like, once he gets to a certain point in his charge up, just to pull up my shield and just hold it there. And if you've got your shield, any shield it seems, and not just lance, but if you got a shield and you hold it up and you're blocking, you're not taking any damage, and people can even stand behind you. Specifically, if you have a lance, people can stand behind you. I don't know about like a sword and shield or something like that, or a great sword. I don't know if people can stand behind you with that. But like, more often than not, I would prefer to do that than actually go behind the support hunter, because I could then position myself closer so that as soon as the attack stopped, I could just go in with a ramming attack and just run in and attack him. The final phase just kind of sucks overall, because most of it is shooting these projectiles at him that you have to charge. You don't have to charge, but they do more damage if you charge. And if you can hit him at the right spot or in the right timing, you can stagger him and knock him down, and that'll open him up to take some damage with weapons. But for the most part, he was just doing a lot of flying around. A lot of flying around. And it was just kind of a pain in the ass to where I wish I had my Insect Glaive rather than my Lance at that point. But I was running Lance, and that's probably one of the better armor sets I have is my Lance armor set. So that's just what I was doing. But like it felt good to fight him. It felt good to beat him. I like the little bit of gimmick that they have with it, where after phase 1, which is just him on the ground, you get to phase 2 where he's leaning up on a wall and you fight him off the wall. And if you can push him, like the right where he starts is a rock you can drop on him. If you can push him over, there is a Dragonator that you can pull that'll hit him. And then you have to do enough damage to break off a piece of weapon so that you can then charge the weapon and fire the weapon at him and do an incredible amount of damage. It's a really cool point. I don't think there's any real major DPS checks in the fight, which is, in my opinion, good. I hate DPS checks where if you don't do X amount of damage, it's you wipe. I think that's just poor design in a Monster Hunter game. That's not how Monster Hunter is supposed to be. So like, yeah, it's a really fun fight, and the monster himself looks incredible. The whole build up to the fight, the story stuff, I just didn't really care about. Monster Hunter, you got to realize that most people don't really care too much about your characters. Werner kind of just sucks, and it's a lot about him, and I just don't really care about Werner. He just gives me 90s villain vibes, and I don't care about anything he has to say or do. But yeah, that's really it. It's a good update. Like, it's a good finale, and it's a good update. Now the thing is, we're getting Arc-Tempered Arcveld in February. They're also going to be doing performance updates on PC moving forward. Like every couple of weeks, they're trying to get the performance and Steam performance updates better. It took a fucking year for this, guys. Come on. Come on. If you had just given us a little bit more attention, you would have had this done by now. You would have had this fixed, and people wouldn't have been complaining. But you did lose player base because the game still doesn't really run all that great. And a lot of it has to do with how you have the whole world open at one time. Even though it's not all loaded at one time, it's all running in the background at one time. And so the performance kind of really stutters and staggers from that. I notice that my game runs better when I'm doing event quests and things like that than if I'm just running around in the world, in the wild world. So hopefully they can get that dealt with. And yeah, the future. I was asked this during my cookie stream. What do I think the future? What do I think is coming up next for Monster Hunter? I think June or July is when we're going to get the update or the expansion. If we don't get any information for the expansion by February or March, then the expansion is a complete afterthought for them. But I feel like as soon as Monster Hunter Stories 3 comes out, we'll start getting expansion information, and I'm thinking June or July. Because Monster Hunter Rise came out in March, and Sunbreak came out the June after that. Monster Hunter World, I don't remember the difference in release date from Monster Hunter World to Iceborne. Let's see that real quick. So World to Iceborne was January 2018 to September 2019. So that was a bigger time frame, but it was a year and 9 months or so. I'm hoping we're probably going to hit that mark, honestly. I think at the earliest we'll get it in June. But we probably won't get anything till like September. Just because this is the bigger game like Monster Hunter World was and not as big as what Rise was. I'm hoping we get it before September, but I'm really hoping they do a lot of work on potential support and crossover content and crossover information. We are getting a Monster Hunter Wilds and Stories 3 crossover. I don't care about that. I want the fucking Resident Evils, the Street Fighters, the Akuma or Okamis, the The shit that we've seen in the past, the Legend of Zeldas, all that fun shit. Like, I want that stuff. The Mega Man. We didn't get a Mega Man crossover yet. Like, what the hell? So it's just, it's they're behind the ball big time. And again, like, and people hate the way that I express this, but like, we are lacking support. We are not getting as much support as we were in the previous games. And I've said this in Instagram and online. It does feel like Wilds is an afterthought, especially now that we're getting Resident Evil Requiem, as well as we're getting Monster Hunter Stories 3 a month after that. So February and March is full up. Like, they don't want to think about Monster Hunter Wilds, but Monster Hunter Wilds is probably could be one of their better performing and selling games almost ever if they just supported it more. That's all they need to do. I have no reason to play this because there's no raid style mission, there's no siege or anything. Like, they totally could have turned Gogmazios into some sort of siege, or just a straight up 8-hunter raid. Like, an 8-hunter raid, give each team 3 carts, and have it be broken up into each team. And if one team carts, then they're out, and then support hunters come in. That's how it should be. That's what they should have done. Something like that. Not this where it's 4 support hunters and then 4 player characters. It's weird. But like, look, Monster Hunter Wilds is up there in gameplay as one of my favorite Monster Hunter games. But when it comes to actual content and lore and everything else, it's dropped. It's not my favorite. Like, I would say Monster Hunter World and Iceborne are better games than Monster Hunter Wilds. And I'm really, really hoping that we get, like, better content, better monsters, a lot new shit when it comes to the Master Rank stuff when we get Wilds expansion. Whether we get that in June, July, or September, who knows? Like, looking at Monster Hunter World to Monster Hunter Iceborne, we're getting it in September. Looking at Monster Hunter Rise to Monster Hunter Sunbreak, we're getting it in June or July. Summer. That's what I'm saying. I want it in June. We're probably not getting it till September. If we get it at all in if they don't announce anything, we're not getting it in 2026 at all. And honestly, if they don't announce anything, I'm afraid like they just don't care. And we won't get it at all. But who really knows? No one really knows until they announce something. And I kind of wish they did announce something. I really wish they would have used the Game Awards, which just passed, to give us something for just like a sneak peek at an expansion. Like a prospective date, like Q2, Q3, something like that for 2026. Something like that. Just give us that little bit of a, hey, we know you're not happy. We know that we could be doing better. And we're working on it. Just hold on a little bit longer. Hold on a bit longer. And it's just like the end game loop now is just kind of boring. I don't remember the base Monster Hunter World end game loop. I think it was just running tempereds. But Monster Hunter Rise end game loop was doing the rampages, which were fine, and then the expansion end game loops were just even better, and this one is just hunting Gogmazios, so it's kind of lame. Sorry, I just had to yell at the dog for a second. I lost my place. I lost where I was. I lost what I was getting at. But yeah, that's really gonna be it. I'm hoping that we get the expansion by June, but looking at Iceborne, probably not till September or October, maybe. I'm hoping maybe we get some sort of information for it in March or April. But who knows? Like, maybe when we get the Arkveld, they'll give us something. But they're not going to be giving us anything till after Stories 3 comes out. But yeah, guys, let me know down below in the comments how you feel about Gogmazios. Is it a fun fight? Do you enjoy it? Have you beaten him? Do you need help beating him? Do you want to run some hunts with me? Any and all that. So leave comments down below. Like the video so the algorithm knows that people like you will like me too. Subscribe to the channel so you get updates, notifications when I go live and post videos. And be sure to check me out live here on YouTube and on Twitch Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Thank you guys so much. Please be careful, be safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Always hug your loved ones. Of course, like always, be sure to wear mismatched socks. I'll see you in the next one. Happy hunting. Oh my god. Nope, 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 nope. Got it.
Waiting for this. Not keeping its power in check. Keep attacking. Time to go on the offensive.
Oh, if we die on this.
I'm gonna put my all into this one. Throwing attack.
Over here! Get behind me!
Let's fucking go! Oh my god! Oh my god, where's his tail? His tail's right here. His tail's a little bit weak! Oh my god.
Each and every one of you is worth a
Fucking hell, man. How many... Oh my god, am I not gonna have enough? We did it. Oh my god. Oh, hoo, hoo. Oh boy. Okay. 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 We did it. And I look goofy as fuck.